Hey everyone, it's Misty from the Jolly Fat Elf, and today I'm here to color this Holiday Anya 3 image for you from the greeting farm using my Spectrum Noir. And when I'm done, I'm going to show you the card I made using this image. Now, just so you know, I'm not a professional colorer. This is just something I've just kind of been doing on my own and just watching videos and learning how to do things, so we're gonna give it a go. So I'm gonna try to keep the pen lids over in this area so you can see which ones I'm working with. So I'm gonna start with her skin, and I'm gonna start with my darkest color, which is gonna be TN3. Hope you can see that. Okay, and I'm gonna color her, this is gonna be my darkest color, so it's gonna be kind of my shadow. So I'm going to go under her hair. Move this out of the way. Hopefully you can still see that. And this is actually one of the newer styles of markers, and it's my first time using it. I just got it. Okay, then I'm going to come in with FS3. Just take off all the lids while I'm thinking about it. And I'm going to do her cheeks in this CR2. Okay, I'm going to come in with my next darkest color, which is FS3, and I'm just going to feather away from that color. So hopefully you can see that. Kind of touching it and then pulling it out with some feathering strokes, and then I'm going to kind of go in with some round strokes, and I'm going to bring this color all the way over. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and put her cheeks in, and I'm using CR2 for that. And then I'm going to go back over with the FS3 to blend that out. And then finally I'm going to do my all over light color, which is going to be FS2. And again, I'm going to touch the other color, kind of bring those together, and then fill in the rest. Hopefully I'm not shaking the camera too badly. Okay, I'm going to get her ear, and I'm going to do that in FS3. And we are done with her skin. Next, I'm going to move on to her hair, and I do my hair a little bit differently than a lot of people do. Oh, I put the wrong lids on. Let me do that before I forget. I do an all over wash of my lightest color for my highlight instead of just trying to add some highlight in. I find that it I can blend better. I'm actually just using the Paper Tray ink cardstock. I like it. I think it's heavy enough, and if I'm gonna put an image on a one layer, if I'm gonna do a one layer card or whatever, I like the Gina K designs. But for this, just regular coloring, I like the Stampers, I think it's called Stamper Select by Paper Tray Ink. Okay, for her hair, for her highlight, I'm gonna be using GB8, and I'm actually going to use the chisel tip for this, and I'm just going to do an all over wash of color. And you may see me get out of lines, and that's okay because I'm actually going to cut this image out. And again, I'm just doing an all over wash of color, turning my image as I go so I can get to it a little easier for me. And hopefully you can see that. And again, I'm just getting it completely wet. Oops, got a little bit on her outfit, but that's okay because we're actually going to use a darker color to take care of her outfit. Okay, so now I'm going to use 2 shades of brown. I'm using EB8 and EB7, and I'm going to start with EB8, and that's going to be my darkest color. And I'm going to start at her hairline, and I'm going to actually kind of draw that in so that her part, and then I'm going to do a flicking motion and flick out. So, and I'm going to follow the curve of her hair. And I'm going to come back up from here. Flick. A few more. I'm going to take EB7. And I'm going to start where I left off. I'm going to come back in with my EB8 and darken that up. And then I'm going to finish with a wash of the GB in the highlight area. GB8. Okay, I'm going to turn this a little bit. And again, I'm going to use my darkest color, EB8. Go behind her ear. Behind her neck. Behind her clothes. Again, I'm not an artist, so this is kind of where I think the highlights would be. Come in with the EB7. And just kind of flick in and then come back again with my EB8 and add back in some darks, some darkness. And then do a light wash with the GB8. So that's how that's looking so far. Can you even see it? There we go. So I'm going to turn it this way toward me so I can add some more color. Again, I start with the darkest color, which is my EB8. Move the camera back a little bit, maybe that'll help. There we go. And I'm going to start right here, back in that part, and I'm just flicking. You can even see that getting flicking away. In the direction of the hair. It'll be kind of dark around that star. back in with E7 and just extend those lines. And come back with my darkest color, which is the EB8, and darken that part. And again with the EB7. And then a light wash of the GB8. Okay, and turn her again. Do the same thing. I'm going to start with the EB8. And then we will move on to her scarf and her boots and her dress. Okay, for her scarf, I'm going to use 3 reds. I'm using D2, DR2, DR4, and DR7. So DR2, DR4, and then DR7. And with this, you can see the difference in the caps. The old design is more square, and the new design is kind of like an octagon or a hectagon or whatever. So, okay, I'm going to start with my darkest color, which is DR7, and I'm going to start on the outside of her scarf. And then I'm going to come right under her neck. And bring in some of that darkest color. I'm going to come in with the DR4. And kind of feather out, you can see that, feather out from that darkest color. I'm going to add DR2 in the middle and then go over the whole thing so all of it blends. Okay, I'm going to pick up DR7 again. I'm going to go right underneath, right here, that would be kind of dark. Underneath her dress would be dark. And right here would be dark. And then my next darkest color, which is next lightest color, which is DR4. I'll just fill in that whole area. And then finally, DR2. That's all with the reds. I'm going to do her dress green. So I'm using the colors LG3, LG4, and LG5. I don't even know how to get those in frame. You know what? I'll leave the colors in the description box below if I even, you know, do this video. So I'm going to start with my darkest color, which is LG5, and I'm just going to go ahead and color in the sleeves. It's such a small area, so not a big deal. Okay, and then I'm going to color in her skirt, and I'm going to start under her muff, which would be dark. And I'm just flicking away, if you can see that. And then I'm going to come down right here by her hair, where it would be dark. Right here by her scarf. And then I'm going to flick up from the bottom. Her skirt. Okay. Then I'm going to take my next color, which is LG3. Nope, LG4. And I'm just going to go over that color. Just flicking it. To help it blend. And then finally I'm going to use my lightest color, which is LG3, to blend it out. Okay, I'm also going to use this LG3 on her stockings, and I'm just going to color those in. Okay, and then finally, for her boots, let me grab my grays, because I forgot. I'm going to use IG6 and IG8. Actually, maybe IG6 and IG4. Let's see. That's dark enough for me. Oh yeah, IG6. And IG4. You know what? I am going to bring in some of that 8. Back with the 6. And then back with the 4. So there you go, guys. It's Holiday Anya 3. Isn't she adorable? I think she turned out really cute. And then I used this image to make this card. I love it. This is, let me see if I can zoom out. There we go. I used the Echo Park 'Tis the Season kit to make this card. This is actually, the background is one of the journaling cards that I cut apart. This was one of the stickers that came on the sticker sheet. So is the background, and then this little medallion. I used some bling from Recollections. This background paper, this kind of little red crosshatch paper, it's really hard to see. It's actually from Little Yellow Bicycle from their Christmas line last year as well. And then I added some Marvy liquid snow. I think it's, is it liquid app? I think it's glitter snow. And I found out in a happy accident last year that if you heat it, it puffs up just like the liquid applique, and it already has glitter in it. So anyway, that's my card. Thank you guys so much for joining me on my very first coloring video. Hopefully I did okay. Like I said, I just play around with this. I'm not a professional in the least bit, But if you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll be glad to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.